short tutorial for this add-on that you can control all parameters in the Blender by hand and face gestures using Mediapipe plugin. I've opened a blank new project and I'm going to show you how to use this add-on. First of all, you should install this add-on by dragging and dropping the zip file. And then in the sidebar it appears. In each new project you have to install Mediapipe and OpenCV for the first time. And when you save that project, you don't need to install it anymore. But sometimes if you run into any problems, you should reinstall these by a button here. Since this is the first time in this project, I will install this. The installation progress is really fast and usually under 30 seconds. Okay. This was the reinstall button that I told you. Then you will have to choose your camera. First, you click on this button. So the list of cameras connected to your computer appear. Then I will select my webcam. And then I click Start Tracker. And by doing so, my webcam turns on. The feed comes here. And when I close this add-on, you can see my live feed here. And my hands and face are detected. And also you have a 3D representation of your detection here in the middle of the scene. And if you don't want it, you can disable it by clicking on the N and unchecking this option. But I like it here for demonstration purposes. Now I'm going to show you how this plugin works. I'm going to map the value of my mouth open to a displacement of this cube, or maybe my left hand X value to the X value of this cube. First of all, I'm going to use a sphere instead. I add the displacement modifier. I add the noise for its displacement source. I'm going to control the strength value of this displacement with the mouth open value of my mouth. For this, you have to do a mapping. So you can map the values detected by the Mediapipe to the values in the Blender. I add a mapping, name this mapping mouth displace, and then not only you can click on the all values to monitor all the values detected by the Mediapipe, as you can see here, but you can also select the values available by the Mediapipe and map them to values on the Blender. For example, in this instance, I want to map the value of the mouth open from face tracking, mouth open, I close this, to the value of the strength in the displacement modifier. For this and all the parameters in the Blender, I have to do only one thing. I right click on the value that I want to map and click on the copy full data path. And then for the value that I've selected here, face tracking mouth open, I click on the auto assign from clipboard. And now my mouth open value is mapped to this value. But here is the range mapping. As you can see, my mouth open value is from 0 to 1, or you can see in my picture here that when I open my mouth, the strength value becomes 1, but I want it more. So I map the range. I select this mapping, source range limits from 0 to 1, and the target range limits. I change it from 0 to 1 to 0 to 5. So when I open my mouth completely, the strength value goes to 5. Like this. Now I also want to map the X value of this sphere to the X value of my wrist. For this, I have to do another mapping. I open the add-on, add another mapping. I type hand LX or hand right X. I want to use my right hand. Hand right X, select right hand wrist X, and for the X location, I right click on the X here, copy full data path, and on the new mapping, I click on the new mapping. I again click on the auto assign from clipboard. And for the range, I tell it to go from -3 to 3 for my right hand. And as you can see, I can easily control even the X location of this sphere with my hand so easily.